All right, you may be seated. All right, good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Brian Oxhorn. I'm the Dean of the College of Nursing, and welcome to the Roseman University College of Nursing. It's an October 2022 pinning ceremony. Now's when you clap. Nine young men and women have Do I just have to yell? Got it. There goes my rap career, man. I don't even know how to hold a mic. Can I drop the mic now? No. Anyway, I say they worked really hard for this. Let's make some noise for them. This is great, man. And they look beautiful. I love the stoles. That is awesome, you guys. You're setting a new trend. So this day represents many things. For educators, this day represents the sharing of our knowledge, skills, and attitudes for the profession that we love so dearly. For the family out there, this may represent the fulfillment of the dreams and aspirations of those closest to you, these fine people here. For these people, it represents 696 clinical hours, 519 days, 18 assessments, 17 months and 3 days, 15 blocks, 11 simulations, and countless sleepless nights, I'm sure, or tears or something like that. Okay. But this may also represent the end of a long, arduous journey, right? But it's not the end. Nursing is filled with new experiences. You're going to get new patients, new technologies, new ways of doing things. You want to go back to school, continuing education, come be a FNP from Roseman because we love you so much. Whatever it is that you want to do. Nursing is really dynamic, and you'll be learning for the rest of your lives here. Over the past 16 months, you've mastered the skills, knowledge, skills, and attitudes of our profession. You're graduate nurses today, and very soon, one by one, you'll be calling yourself registered nurses when you pass that boards. So congratulations to you guys. I am honored to have been a small part of your journey. So I'd like to introduce folks who are in attendance with us. Here on stage, we have Mr. Jeremy Wells, the Chancellor of the South Jordan campus. We have Dr. Susanna Winslow. You can stand and wave if you want. He'll the Associate Dean of Academic and Student Affairs. We have Ms. Shamarla Hardy, Director of the Simulation and Skills Lab. We have Ms. Professor Stacy Smith, our Assistant Director of Clinical Education. Professor Todd Allen. Professor Katie Dobson. Dr. Courtney Gormas. The lab always gets so much love. Dr. Jessica Powell. Dr. Jason Major. Professor Natalie Mon. Professor Victor Venegas. And then I can't see who's behind him. Professor Jamie York. And then we have Professor, I'm going to get these all mixed up here probably. So we have Terry Russell. Lindsay Curtis. And Melissa Wilden. Some of our clinical adjunct faculty. And thank you guys for coming. You are so integral to what we do. Thank you. And out in the audience, we have Miss Andrea Diaz, our clinical coordinator. And Miss Cambry Goodfellow, administrative assistant. Miss Lenita Gilreath, admissions specialist. Miss Stephanie Barahona, an admissions specialist. Oh, she's not here. So that must be Miss Zelina Nan, admissions specialist. Miss, oh my God, I cannot believe. See, I always miss a name. There's always going to be one name I'm going to miss. Miss Amy Siemens, admissions specialist. And on camera, we have Miss Loretta Campbell over here, Mr. Ryan Awakawa over there, and in the back here, putting this on YouTube Live so I could mess this up in perpetuity, we have Mr. Jason Gibson. And let's give a round of applause to our student helpers who will be sitting in these seats sometime very shortly. All right. And with that, I'm going to introduce to the podium Mr. Jeremy Wells, Chancellor of the South Jordan campus. Let's not forget Wendy Nichols, who's out there somewhere, who puts this all together.
Good evening, and thank you for being here. I know a lot of you are from California, so we appreciate you traveling to support your students. Students, congratulations. So thrilled that you attended Roseman, and so thrilled that you're graduating and that you're going to be joining such a fabulous profession. So I was sitting in my office today wondering what I might say, knowing that I had this tonight. And today I joined a Salt Lake Chamber event where we had a senator from Utah was speaking about the conflict in Ukraine, and of course talking about the devastation to humanity that is, but also talking about what effects that will have on the United States economy and of course on the Utah economy. And that was interesting, and so it got me thinking about that tragedy that we're all watching live. And I pulled up an interview of Ukrainian's president. He's become quite famous for great reasons. He's heroic in many ways, and we appreciate his example of leadership. So I watched this interview of him, and it was about a 45-minute interview. I didn't watch all 45 minutes, but I did watch a lot of it. And towards the very end, a reporter asked him this question, and I wrote it down. I thought it was so profound that I wrote down the question and also his response, and I think it's applicable for you, graduates, today. Now, the interview was not conducted in English, and so this was through a language interpreter, but still the language is powerful. The interpreter said, or excuse me, the interviewer asked this. He said, "The war started a week ago. Has it changed you personally? Can you tell us about your life? What condition are you in? So this was the end of the interview. Of course, throughout the interview, all kinds of questions about Ukraine and their response and the defense. But the last question was, how are you? And can you tell us about your life? This was his response, and I find it beautiful. He says, "My life today is wonderful. I believe that I am needed. I think that is the most important sense of life, that you are needed, that you are not just an emptiness." So in this time of tragedy, he felt useful. He has a purpose. He's needed. His country needs him. When we think about what happiness is, it's certainly not money. I think one of the keys to happiness is that we are doing something that we know is bigger than ourselves, that we know we are useful, and that we are needed. And so he describes his life as wonderful because he's needed. And so I think about you, and I think about the profession that you have self-selected to go into. And it wasn't easy. All kinds of prerequisites and good grades. And then during your program, it was difficult, I know. But you, of course, selected this program and this career because it's stable. You'll be able to provide for yourself and for family. It'll be fulfilling. But I imagine you also chose it because it's mission-oriented. It's service-based. It's dealing with improving humanity and helping others. I imagine that's also why you did it. You are needed. You're needed in our communities, and you're needed by that person that you're going to be caring for. I'm a little jealous of you. What a great profession. I like my profession, but I'm a little jealous to be needed in that way. And because of that, I think that your lives will be wonderful, and I hope that they are. Congratulations.
And now I'd like to welcome to the stage the student speaker, Mr. Dustin Ballard.
Thanks for having me here, and thanks for selecting me to be the student speaker. I really appreciate that. Let's hear it for these guys right here. Let's hear it. This is an amazing group. Mom, can you stand up for just a second? Heather, can you stand up too? Let's hear it. These two ladies. It's the only reason I got here, you guys, for real. Never doubting that I could do it. All right, let's get to it. When I was 8 years old, I knew that I was going to be a professional baseball player. I also knew that I was going to be a professional motocross racer. And on my 9th birthday, I asked for an electric guitar because I knew I was going to play for my favorite band, Rush. I also decided at some point that I was going to be a doctor. I don't know what inspired me to decide on this profession, as I didn't know any doctors or have any medical professionals in my family. However, I don't have any professional baseball players or guitar players in my family either. It never really fizzled out, though, as the other goals did. It just stuck. But one of the big problems was, as a kid, I was the class clown, I was a social butterfly, and I was a terrible student. I always did just well enough in school. I tested well, and I got through school just scraping by. And I continued to be an average student at best. Suddenly, I found myself in high school, and my habits hadn't really changed. But my interest in girls and motocross slightly increased. I took medical-based courses, barely skating through. but never at the top of my class. And even so, I still had a dream to become a doctor. I started college and met with a counselor who emphasized that I needed to commit more time to my studies and get better grades, and a job in medicine wouldn't hurt either. She said, "You can get your CNA, which would be a great stepping stone towards becoming a nurse, or you could get a radiology license." Okay, I'm 19 years old, I'm a dude, I'm way too cool for school, and I sure as hell ain't going to become a male nurse. I enrolled into a radiology program at my local tech school. My habits from high school followed me to college. My grades still suffered. As I enrolled into organic chemistry for the third time, it was a real eye-opener for me that I needed to get my act together, and I decided to take a pulse on my chances of actually going to medical school. The medical advisor said, "Hey man, medical school is probably not your ideal trajectory. You'd have a much better chance of pursuing PA school." And even though this wasn't exactly what I wanted to hear, I thought deep about it and realized that what I really wanted was to be a positive influence and just a person to deliver proper health care for those in my community. And so I decided that PA school may be the right trajectory for me. In the spring of 2012, I graduated from Weber State University with a bachelor's degree. It only took me 6.5 years. I was so excited, I immediately applied for 8 PA schools and received 8 rejections. I was surprised and I was discouraged, but in 2014, I was thinking about PA school again. This time, I decided to apply to 20 schools. I interviewed at several schools across the country, and the coolest part about spending money on applications, plane tickets, hotels, rental cars, and delicious Domino's pizza dinners is getting 20 rejections. Now I knew there was no way I was going to get in. I decided to focus on my radiology career, but I still had the occasional dream of becoming a medical provider. If I was really going to do it, I needed to meet with someone who could guide me and give me the proper advice. As the old saying goes, never adjust the goal, adjust the plan. So I arranged a meeting with a PA school advisor at one of the local programs here in Utah. I was so nervous because I knew I had a rough academic history. However, I was also really excited because I knew this counselor would provide me with the proper advice to make the necessary adjustments to get into PA school on my 3rd attempt. He walked in, skimmed through my transcripts, audibly chuckled for a few minutes, flipped to the end and said, "This is really bad." He proceeded to point out a few specific grades that were particularly low, adding insult to injury, and ended our meeting with, "I think it's pretty safe to say you will never go to PA school." Wow. Shortly thereafter, I remember cruising my 1985 Chevy El Camino, which is a super sick car, by the way, past Weber State University, thinking I'd rather fail 100 times than regret knowing that I gave up. Something had to be different, though, so I promptly enrolled into PA prerequisite courses at Weber State University, 3 additional semesters of school, thousands of dollars. But I worked hard for my grades for the first time in my life, and I ended up with a 3.8 GPA after taking some of the hardest courses the school had to offer. In the fall of 2017, I applied to PA school for the 3rd time. Again, 20 schools. Rejection, 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 one after another. The letters came through the mail. Finally, an interview, James Madison University in Virginia. There was one little problem, though. The interview happened to be scheduled right in the middle of my honeymoon. Now, I ain't proud of what happened next, but I did plan our honeymoon around my PA school interview, which my wife is probably okay with now. It was in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Have you ever heard of it? Exactly. After scheduling everything, buying hotels, plane tickets, the interview was naturally rescheduled. And that's another story, and she still married me, so I did okay. I completed the interview in Virginia. Days go by, then weeks go by. rejected. At this point, I had somehow snuck in a master's degree in hospital administration, and I was well on my way to a new lucrative career path. But in 2019, my wife and I had our first baby, Kaya, right there. She's a Spitfire. And by her first birthday, she had spent 6 months of her life at Primary Children's Medical Center due to an unidentified gut disorder. With all the time that we spent in the hospital, I felt that pesky dream creeping back into my mind. I started thinking I could try chasing medical school again, but there were some clear obstacles that would probably eliminate that possibility, and quite frankly, I was too salty to try PA school again. But there was another way, a path that I had vowed so many times in my life I would never take. That's right, male nurse. Through nursing, there is still a pathway to providerhood as a nurse practitioner. For months, I looked at nursing programs all across the country, and finally I found one a mere 40 miles down the road from where I lived. The answer was right in front of me all along, and I knew this was the universe calling out to me. In the spring of 2020, I applied to Roseman University College of Nursing. I knew it would be a long shot to get accepted, but I had to give it a try. And fortunately, with my most recent 3.8 GPA that I obtained at Weber State, Roseman offered me an interview. And I couldn't believe my eyes when I was accepted into the program. I found myself surrounded by some of the most amazing classmates I've ever had in my life. Super smart, super eager, and dedicated medical professionals. Their teamwork, encouragement, and support are truly the only reason I stand here today. The most interesting part of this story, because of this wonderful education, a new path allows me to keep chasing that dream. Albert Einstein said, "You never fail until you stop trying." There are so many more chapters to this story yet to come, and I look forward to the journey. I'll be at least 40 years old when I finish school, if that really happens. And many have told me, "Dude, it's not worth it," but it is worth it. Don't ever tell yourself it's too late to chase that dream. It's never too late. I want to thank all of you for helping me get to this part of the journey. Thank you to the professors, all the professors, everybody who helped me reach this goal. A special shout out to a few professors, Terry Russell, Victor Venegas, Andrea Deuce, and where's Melissa? Another special shout out for Melissa. Extra special care delivered by these professors. I really appreciate them. They helped me get through the most difficult 18 months of my life. Professor Lahardy, for always keeping me honest in lab. Thanks, Professor. I had her for every single lab test, and she did a wonderful job making sure I knew what was going on. The biggest shout out, Team 1. Can you stand, please? Team 1, will you stand, please? Team 1, right here. Let's get a hand for them. These are some amazing ladies. We have an honorary member of Team 1, Shang, here as well. Thank you, Shang, for all of your help and support. Of course, as mentioned, this wouldn't be possible without the help and love and support of my family, my wife, Heather, and my 2 little babies, Kaya and Hadley. And thanks to my number 1 hero, Corey Ballard. That dude is the real deal. He really is. Biggest thanks to my mother, who always encouraged me through thick and thin and never quit believing in me. A huge shout out to Janice and Rudy Jones and all my in-laws for their love and support. Amazing people. I couldn't ask for better in-laws. And thanks to all of you out there who supported your own student. Let's hear it for yourselves. We went through highs and lows together, and a strong bond was created, and it's going to last a lifetime. I genuinely believe this may be the greatest cohort Roseman University will ever host. And I'm beyond grateful to have been a part of it. Thank you. October 2020. Now go chase that dream.
Hello, I am Dr. Courtney Gormis, and I'm going to read the tradition of the pinning ceremony. In the 11th century, various members of military and religious orders who cared for the sick and wounded crusaders were honored with badges. In the 1860s, Florence Nightingale devoted herself to caring for casualties of the Crimean War. In recognition of her service, she was awarded the Cross of St. George. Florence then extended the honor by presenting a Medal of Excellence to the most let me remediate. Florence then extended the most one more time. I'm in block now, sorry. Florence then extended the honor by presenting a Medal of Excellence to the most deserving student graduates at the Nightingale School of Nursing in London. Today, nursing schools around the world give a nursing pin to represent a Medal of Excellence to their student nurses upon graduation. Each school of nursing pin has its own distinct design, which represents the symbols, colors, and phrases that illustrate the mission and philosophy of the school. The Roseman nursing pin is designed in the university colors of burgundy and silver. The shape of the pin symbolizes the unique block curriculum of Roseman University. Each side of the pin represents the College of Nursing core values: service, integrity, innovation, and knowledge. The lamp of knowledge on the lower half of the pin signifies the nurse's science-based knowledge and commitment to lifelong learning, which are foundational principles of professional nursing practice. The lamp's bright flame honors those who, like Florence Nightingale, strive to light the way for others through knowledge and compassion. A glorious sunrise against the mountains is displayed on the upper half of the pin. This image is to serve to remind nursing graduates of Roseman University that although they started their nursing career in the Intermountain West, with every new day, they have the privilege and opportunity to better the lives of others all over the world. Congratulations, graduates.
Good evening, I'm Professor Curtis. In 1854, Florence Nightingale formed a team of volunteer nurses to care for the soldiers in the Crimean War. It is believed that Ms. Nightingale navigated the makeshift hospitals of that war front with the light of a lamp. The lamp was a symbol of the care and devotion Florence Nightingale administered to the sick and injured in the practice of nursing. After nurses were pinned, Ms. Nightingale would light a lamp and pass the flame to each nurse as they said the pledge. Revered as the founder of modern nursing, Ms. Nightingale was also known as the Lady of the Lamp, Lady with the Lamp, who gave hope to those soldiers. Today we carry on the ceremonial tradition, passing of the light.
All right, and now for the pinning.
Justin Ballard, pinned by Heather and Kaya Ballard. Stephanie Barreto Fagan, pinned by Gerard Fagan. Jacqueline Cow, pinned by Tuhain Nguyen. Sarah Dorador, pinned by Sonia Dorador. Christine Fong, pinned by Henry Fong. Jenny Gao, pinned by William Lim. Vanessa Guillermo, pinned by Alex Guillermo. And in Josipovic, pinned by Alma Josipovic. Abigail Karen, pinned by Angela Karen. Joanna Lane, pinned by Justin Lane. Paul Lindman, pinned by Ashley and Mason Lindman. Yin Ma, pinned by Francis Punzelin. Kiana Morris, pinned by Christine Morris. Yurim Shin, pinned by Mihi Shin. Gretchen Siosen, pinned by Dennis Siosen. Jessica Smallwood, pinned by Tim Millhouse. Kiera Stepek, pinned by Schlageter. Nancy Schlageter. Connie Tang, pinned by Sharon Tang. Jordan Wright, pinned by David Wright.
Destin, she committed to Roseman, so start saving.
Hello. Just give me a second to find my spot here. I'm standing in tonight for Professor Luisa Echeverria, who is the faculty cohort advisor. Right now we're going to do administering the nursing oath, so all nurses in the audience, please stand and join us. You can find the oath on the inside the back page of your booklet. And that means you guys too, you are now becoming nurses. Repeat after me. In the full knowledge of the obligations I am undertaking, I promise to practice professional nursing with all my skills and the understanding I possess, without regard to race, creed, color, politics, or social status, of those entrusted to my care, sparing no effort to preserve quality of life, alleviate suffering, and to promote health as affirmed by the person. I will respect at all times the dignity and beliefs of the patients under my care, holding in confidence all personal information entrusted to me, and refraining from any action which may endanger life or health. I will endeavor to keep my professional knowledge and skills at the highest level, and to give support and cooperation to all members of the healthcare team. I will do my utmost to honor the International Code of Ethics applied to nursing and to uphold the integrity of the profession. Congratulations, you guys.
Hi, everyone. Hi, you guys. I'm so proud of you. I'm Professor Natalie Mon, and I am going to be recognizing the SNA members. Founded in 1952, the National Student Nurse Association is a nonprofit organization for students enrolled in nursing programs. It is dedicated to fostering the professional development of nursing students. We have a chapter of the Student Nurse Association here at Roseman. This association promotes each member to build their leadership skills and conflict resolution through shared governance and community, with respect for others. Student nurses in SNA make their own decisions based on research and historical and current evidence. They are encouraged to take full advantage of their education and develop their professional leadership skills through collaborating with other members of the healthcare team and providing hands-on care to clients. The many activities participated in by these students develop continuous lifelong learning and ethics of the profession. These students are known throughout the community for their hard work and compassion. I am very proud of all of you who have demonstrated integrity, compassion, humanity, and professionalism, and I would like to recognize you today for your contributions to the community. As I call your names, please stand and be recognized. Stephanie Barreto Fagan. Allison Busca. Jacqueline Cow. Christine Fong. Jenny Gao. Joanna Lane. Yin Ma. Kiana Morris. Yurim Shin. Gretchen Siodson. Jessica Smallwood. Kiara Stepek. Connie Tang. Thank you.
All right, again, in place of Professor Luisa Echeverria, and by the way, she is really sad that she's not able to be here with you guys tonight, but I am going to go ahead and recognize the class officers for this cohort. They volunteered their time to put together a fundraiser, researched the sweatshirt companies, and pulled off a very successful fundraiser for their class. In doing so, they were able to get together as a class and celebrate this momentous accomplishment at a dinner for their classmates. Their fundraiser was so successful that the other cohorts have asked to use their idea for their own fundraisers. They also helped put together the video for their class. Tonight, I would like to thank and acknowledge the class officers and their helpers for all they did on behalf of their classmates. As I call your names, please stand and be recognized. And just so we're able to hear, we'll go ahead and hold applause till the end. Our class president is Stephanie Fagan. Secretary is Connie Tang. Treasurer is Vanessa Guillermo. And there are two other students who helped with the research and distribution of jackets and sweatshirts, Jessica Smallwood and Gretchen Siosen. Thank you on behalf of the College of Nursing. At this time, I would also like to recognize the members of the Honor Society of Nursing. Students are eligible for membership as long as they meet requirements on or before the designated due dates. Students will have demonstrated superior academic achievement, academic integrity, and professional leadership potential. The asterisk after a student's name in the program indicates that the student is a member of the Roseman Nursing Society, as do the gold and purple honor cords that members are wearing. As I call your names, please stand and be recognized. Jacqueline Cow, Christine Fong, Jenny Gao. Thank you. Students may be seated.
Wow, you guys, 16 long months, right? Was it a whirlwind? Anybody want to sign up and do it again? You sure? Think twice about it. We'd love to have you back. I want to take just a second. My name is Susanna Winslow. I'm the Associate Dean for Academic and Student Affairs. I really think that it's super important that all of you in the audience recognize how important and influential you have been on these students' lives. And we, faculty and administration, recognize that it's certainly not easy to have these students move from far away, and some of them have transplanted their families to our location, and recognize that it's incredibly difficult to go through this program without all of their family here to support them. So thank you all who have been there every step of the way for these students, because they seriously could not have done it without you. That being said, these guys did an amazing job on their comprehensive predictor, and I think that that deserves in and of itself a huge round of applause. Unfortunately, I don't get to be in the classroom or in clinicals with these guys very much, so I don't really get to know them unless they decide to come visit me in my office, which really wasn't very often. But what I do want to say, and I think it's really important to recognize that this group is incredibly professional. I know that there has been a lot of frustration throughout the last 16 months for a variety of reasons, and stress and everything else. Every one of them have handled it incredibly professionally, and I think that that's really important to recognize because in my office that doesn't always happen. So thank you guys very much. I want you to know that that does not go unnoticed. Okay, enough of the seriousness. Let's get down to the fun part. I get the luxury of talking about the Spirit of Nursing Award. Let's see. It is now my privilege to honor some students in the class of 2021. These awards are for students who have demonstrated a high level of performance based on criteria established by the college and the university. Nursing faculty nominate students whom they believe have met the criteria, and the faculty then vote to determine which of the nominated students will receive the reward. Excuse me, the award. There's no reward. It's not like we're not in Vegas. I would like to present the Spirit of Nursing Award. The Spirit of Nursing Award is reserved for the students who most represent the image of professional nursing. The student selected for this award has demonstrated behaviors that embody caring, compassion, and kindness to their fellow classmates. The student has demonstrated professional nursing and compassionate care to patients as well. This student shows compassion and caring at every encounter. He/she, because I'm not going to give it away yet, has demonstrated these qualities with such passion. He/she continues to want to better his/her knowledge for the nursing profession. He/she reaches, this is getting like redundant. Just get on with it, right? He/she reaches out when he/she needs help, and then in turn helps peers. This student is nothing but kind and has a very calm demeanor when communicating. This individual is a joy to work with and incredibly smart. This individual will be an amazing nurse. Drum roll, anyone? Congratulations to Andin Josipovic for our Spirit of Nursing. Andin, please come up.
All right. The Dean's Award. The Dean's Award is presented to the student who has demonstrated leadership abilities, who has excellent communication skills, and is committed to excellence in the College of Nursing. Student for this award, as faculty right, is dedicated and demonstrates excellent leadership skills. The student is exceptional at communicating and effectively continuing to strive for excellence. The student is a great example of what a nurse embodies. Shall we say more? The faculty are extremely proud of this student, and this student will be an extraordinary nurse, and that's quotes from the faculty. And the Dean's Award hereby goes to Mr. Paul Lindman. If we'd known that, we could have put that in here. Like, and he has a really super cute baby. All All right, so as we complete the formal part of our education, I want to share a few parting words with my graduates, since it's the last time I'll have their attention. If I in the first place, which usually probably isn't. So you are now entering the world as a professional registered nurse, and you represent the future of our profession. And I challenge you to ask yourselves in each and every day, how should I be, not what should I do? I ask you to think about your character, your virtues, your values, your ability to act outstandingly. Your journey of discovery does not end here, so continue to ask yourself in each new challenging situation, how should I be? Right? You've mastered the 5 rights of medication administration. This is where we cue the lab, and they remind me there's... Usually they pipe up and they say, there's 6, or there's 9, or there's 10, or something like that. But see, those numbers don't fit with my speech, so I'm going to go with 5. We're going to go old school 5, right? So, new set of 5 rights, and that is always act at the right time regarding the right thing towards the right person with the right intention and in the right way. Okay? So you can be the role model out there for those you're going to interact with and care for. And as you go forth and be fruitful, remember, watch your thoughts for they become words, and watch your words for they become actions, and watch your actions for they become habits, watch your habits for it becomes your character, and watch your character for it becomes your destiny. And with that, congratulations, you guys. Well done. Speaking of well done, I know y'all want to get back here. I just want to mention, because I usually mention the comp predictor. So the comp predictor is that's the last test they take. There's like 180 really super painful questions. Much harder than the NCLEX. I've had alumni say that NCLEX was so much easier than the comp predictor. And it's a predictive exam, so it gives you the likelihood of passing the NCLEX on the first attempt. And at Roseman, our bar is set as 90. And I think maybe that's too low because this class set a really super incredibly high bar. Over 3/4 of them are statistically like guaranteed. Like there's no guarantees in statistics, right? But you can't get any higher than that. So absolutely amazing. And the rest are like nobody was below 95. This is absolutely very impressive, you guys. Very well done. It shows that the one who does the work does the learning, and these guys did the work. So now y'all got to go out and pass that NCLEX, and I'm sure you will. So that ends our ceremony. I'm going to ask that the audience please remain seated until we do our little procession out in the middle there, and then please come join us in the back for refreshments. And cue the music.